And welcome everyone to the NBA on 2K Sports. Brand new season. So glad to have you with us on this journey. Tonight, we've got the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Los Angeles Clippers. This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Hey, Allie.
Well, we know Anthony Davis is a monster around the rim, but he's looking to expand his comfort zone. He said, quote, "I want to be able to stretch the floor. As a big, that's where the game's going. If I'm open, I'm going to shoot it. No hesitation." Guys, he's got the range.
Well, no doubt about that, Allie. Thank you. And a moment to check out who the Los Angeles Lakers have coming up. On Friday, they'll take on Kristaps Porzingis and the Dallas Mavericks. And then Sunday, they'll be matching up against Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And that game against the Trailblazers is the second game of a back-to-back, so you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
So here's the Clippers starting group. Beverly and George make up the backcourt. Then there's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the power forward position. And for the Lakers, LeBron is the 3 with Davis in at the 4. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Gasol in at the center position. Schroeder against George. Now here's Davis. Playing Phoenix, he was nearly unstoppable.
You know, I think most people consider Paul George to be an LA guy, but actually he grew up in a very small town, Palmdale. It's a little bit north. Fishing, city fairs, time in the gym, those were the big aspects of his upbringing.
On offense, here are the Clippers. Pass to Leonard. Over James. Leonard can't get it to go.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Here's Gasol. Deflected. Goes back up. But they recover it. James outside. 4 on the clock. Over Leonard. The shot by James, no good. Doris, growing up in Palmdale, Paul George may be overlooked as a high schooler.
Yeah, no doubt, because he was outside the bright lights of the big city. And to this day, he wants to make sure his community isn't left behind. He goes back, he organizes fishing tournaments, fundraisers to refurbish parks and gyms, and bringing after-school programming to Palmdale. I love it.
Schroeder can't get it to go. Now the Clippers with it. The Lakers beat them last time when these two met in Los Angeles. Kicks it to George from downtown. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
James, a screen on George. Here's Schroeder. It's deflected. And there's the call on Dennis Schroeder. That's his first foul.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
What I love is that early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way. You know, it really establishes the attitudes you want.
The Clippers have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one.
Hey, yo, right here.
George outside. Pass to Leonard. Over James.
Listen, still one of the elite defenders in the game, and certainly one of the most versatile. LeBron James doing defensive work.
Time called here. The Lakers decide to talk it over. Nothing more exciting than opening day in the NBA. Grant, how pumped are these players?
These players are super pumped. All the hard work in the offseason, working on improving your game, becoming better. You have a chance to show it right now, opening day. Of course, it's a long season, but the journey begins now.
Outside Schroeder. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Now Gasol. He's guarded by Zubac. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And it's going to be on Ivica Zubac.
You think back to when Marc Gasol first entered the league. This was a big guy whose skills were certainly developing at the time. Now he's incredibly polished and a tremendous leader.
2 shots.
And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Beverly outside. Here's George. And Davis with the block. Schroeder with it. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Back to Schroeder. To the middle. Oh, deflected. It's stolen by Leonard. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. George for 3. Yes, and it's Leonard with the assist that time.
Boy, that open look set up by Kawhi Leonard, that's probably the most underrated aspect of his game.
Outside Schroeder. Here's Caldwell Pope. Gasol, a screen on George. Here's Caldwell Pope. Great D that time from Zubac. The Clippers have gone just 1 of 6 to begin the game. Beverly with it. He's picked up by Gasol. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his first foul. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played.
Well, tremendous defense from Dennis Schroeder. He is willing to give extra effort on that end of the floor.
Pass to Gasol. Here's Caldwell Pope. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Zubac. And here's Beverly. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Now George launches a 3. Gasol grabs the board.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Suns in Phoenix. Second chance shot. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by James. So it's the Clippers now. Now Beverly looking for his first basket, still in this one. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Well, just good solid use of the pick and roll. Patrick Beverly, ball in his hands, looking quite comfortable.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt. And with the offense reeling, coach has to get these guys on the same page.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
James finds Schroeder. Davis with a screen on George. Gasol inside. Zubac there. Up top, Schroeder. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. They retain possession. But they'll get another chance. To the wing on the left. Here's Caldwell Pope. Oh, Oh, it misses. Had a chance to tie it.
This guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Back to George. The three ball. The Lakers with a rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 8 now.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Pass to James. Shoots over Beverly. And James gets it to go.
You love the focus from LeBron James. He's near the rim, so he's got to use his size and his skill to full advantage.
And think about this, B.A. You look at the pressure and hype surrounding LeBron James during his entire career, and he's lived up to it at every step of the way. One of the best, if not the best, since his rookie year until now.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams is checked in. Here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah. So, Grant, when we talk about LeBron, and you're talking about him to a non-basketball fan, how would you describe it? What makes him so good?
Well, B.A., you have to start off by saying that nobody's as strong and fast as LeBron. I mean, he has the skills you need at an elite level. He is the complete package in every sense of the word.
Outside, Williams. Here's Leonard. And after missing his first 3 shots, he drains it. 1 for 4.
Lou Williams is the all-time leader in points off the bench, but don't sleep on his passing game. What an assist.
Leonard with the ball. Picked up by James. And that one's good. Here's Schroeder. Outside Davis.
And they just keep making mistakes. I mean, that's back-to-back turnovers, which easily could have been prevented.
And the Lakers with some changes. Kuzma's checked in for Gasol. And it's Matthews in for Caldwell Pope. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Ibaka's checked in. The Clippers in the lead. Now here's Williams. Pass to Ibaka. Out to Leonard. Beyond the arc. That one is off. And the Lakers will go the other way with it.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Nice catch and finish on the lob.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
George outside. Pass to Ibaka. And it's blocked by Davis. Here's Matthews. Lets it go from deep. The shot that time not on target. The Clippers shooting pretty low at 24% in this first quarter. Schroeder against Williams. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game. It's James on the wing. The fader. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him. James has got his second basket.
Boy, nice shot. He didn't need the fadeaway to create separation, though. He was wide open.
Williams passes to Ibaka. And here's Leonard. Pass to George. 6 to shoot. Here's Batum. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Well, they are daring him to miss, and he obliges.
James with the ball. Guarded now by George. James against George. Back to Schroeder. Got a piece of it.
Boy, great extension from Ibaka. His length always a factor.
Outside, Williams. Here's George. Good work defensively by James.
This has not been his best quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Well, when you watch Anthony Davis play, Grant, he just moves like someone only half his size.
Think about this, B.A. He has the gait and quickness of a guard. And, of course, everyone knows that he was a point guard well into his high school career. But he grew almost a foot in a few years and became the player he is today.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the Lakers with some changes. Harrell comes in for James. And it's Caruso in for Schroeder. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Kennard's checked in. And no luck that time either.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Kuzma against Leonard. The Lakers in the lead. Here's Caruso. Pass to Davis. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Leonard. A minute 39 left to play in the first. Count that bucket.
Well, what makes Kawhi so problematic in the pick and roll? He can do about anything he wants out of it, including keep the basketball.
And here's Davis. Leonard defending. Davis against Leonard. Davis. That's good. And the Lakers lead by 1. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Outside, Williams. Up top, George. Coming off a 16-point game against Utah.
I love that he sacrificed his body over and over. His persistence at getting to the free throw line really paid off for them.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Caruso. Now here's Davis. Defended by Kennard. The jump hook. That one off the back iron and out. And for the Clippers, they're shooting only 26% in the first. Williams into the lane.
Well, Lou Williams understands how to put defenders at a disadvantage. Gets himself to the free throw line.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, the utility of Lou Williams is absolutely tremendous. This guy can start, but he's obviously spent the majority of his career as a 6th man.
Jackson, he's checked in for George. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Caruso. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. 5 to shoot. Puts it up from 17. But he gets it back. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. There's the horn. We've seen some good defense on both sides. The score still close. The Clippers on top. They lead by 3. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. And earlier we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win, and there's no egos. Everybody has fun. We play together, we move the ball, we make sacrifices, and we enjoy getting stops.
And that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
That's a big part of their identity, B.A. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers guys.
Well, you have to look at the advantage they have in the turnover department. I mean, that's a huge advantage for them in this game.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
We've got Kyle Kuzma. Alex Caruso is out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Marc Gasol, and it's Harold in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. The Lakers trail. Pass to Caldwell-Pope. Gasol to screen. Goes up at the stripe, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And it's going to be on Ivica Zubac. All right, a guy like Caldwell-Pope, it seems the less you ask him to do, the more he delivers.
So true. I mean, when he doesn't have to carry an offensive load, he's a much more efficient player. He's that wild card factor for this team. He's learning what his limits are and how to play to his strengths.
And he drops the first. Well, I've heard you talk about the importance of team chemistry in the NBA, Grant. Doesn't necessarily fit in the analytics model, but it is certainly still a factor.
Yeah, B.A., it's everything to a team's success. When you have an environment where everyone in the locker room, they trust each other, they know each other, they can be real and honest with each other. And as you go through a season and the postseason, you can endure whatever hiccups come along the way. So chemistry is so essential to a team's success. And yes, you can't measure that with analytics.
And stolen by Harold. Kennard against James. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. James has got 6.
Don't give LeBron James a lane to the hoop because he will be ruthless in his attack. He takes advantage anytime he sees daylight.
Now here's Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him.
Yeah, and you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
That one misses. And the second free throw is good. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Harold. Outside Schroeder. Yes, and it's Harold with the assist. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
For a guy who's a little bit smaller at the guard position, Schroeder is fearless. I think he likes contact.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
LeBron James is an inspiration for an entire generation of players, and he's still dominating. Giannis Antetokounmpo said, quote, "The way he's moving and playing, it's insane. But he's LeBron James. He's different. He's an alien, so you expect it from him." Guys, a ton of respect for the king all around the league.
No question about that, Allie. Thanks. Now here's Schroeder. Pass to James. Shoots over Jackson. And there's James on the assist from Schroeder. Schroeder's got 4 assists now tonight. Now here's Zubac. Kennard with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. To the paint. Here's Ibaka. Off target at the rim.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Gasol, the screen. On the attack, Schroeder can't cash it in from close range.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
And here's Jackson. 8 points in his last time out. And they pick up 2.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here is James. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Oh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
And the Clippers call time here.
That's a good timeout. They just can't hit anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Beverly outside. Pass to George. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Well, Grant, you were able to represent the United States on an international stage. Give me a few stories about that experience.
Brian, it was one of the highlights of my career. In 1996 in Atlanta, to play along with 6 members from the original Dream Team. Really, truly just one of the best experiences. I got a chance every day to practice with, to go against, to learn from Scottie Pippen when he was in his prime. I just finished my 2nd year in the NBA, and it just truly was a remarkable, incredible experience. Gold medal, really, like I said, one of the highlights of my career.
And so he hits both.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite 2-way player.
Now, here is James. A 20-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
The Clippers have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Beverly outside. Pass to Batum. Ooh, stolen by Gasol. James with the ball. Guarded now by George. Outside Schroeder. And here's Gasol. Now Harrell. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Clock is at 3. Here's James. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. The Clippers shooting a low 28% so far in this one. Now here's Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. George outside. 6 on the shot clock. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Lakers have gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Now Schroeder. Gasol with it. Here's Harrell. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Harrell the screen. Here's James. And slam dunk by James.
And LeBron makes that insane dribble move look so effortless. What a showman he is.
Pass to Batum. Now Ibaka. James with the block. Going inside. Oh, big finish.
Oh, did you see that?
LeBron James, ever the showman, with an exceptional slam there. One of the best dunkers in the history of the game.
The ball's knocked loose. And the ball out of play. Lakers will have it. And the Lakers making a change here. Davis is checked in. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Beverly. On offense, here are the Lakers. They're on a 14-5 run. Schroeder passes to Davis. Harrell with it. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. The shot's good. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
And here is Williams. Pass to Batum. Leonard with the ball. Harrell defending. Rebound, the Lakers. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass. Really getting after it and being physical.
Now here's Schroeder. They lead by 6. That's their biggest margin. Here's Harrell. Rebound by the Clippers.
And to think, B.A., last season, Kawhi Leonard recorded the first triple-double of his career. Now, as great as he is, it's surprising to me that it took him 9 seasons to get one. But his passing has now reached another level.
And to your point, Grant, last season, far and away, the most assists per game of Kawhi's career.
No question, B.A. No, we're used to thinking of him more as a play terminator than a playmaker. And with this high efficiency and low turnovers, there's no problem with that. But he wants to be great in all facets of the game.
The free throw drops for Leonard. And Grant, you were part of one of the most legendary eras in Duke basketball. Now, when you reflect on that time, what stands out, man?
Well, B.A., those were great times indeed. And a few things I think stick out. First of all, it was when we really made Duke basketball what it is today, gave us the foundation of this long-term success. Also, of course, too, the bonds, the brotherhood, the experience, the ups and the downs that we went through collectively, all of that together are the things that I like to look back on and really reflect upon during those years.
Here's Leonard after the Lakers picking up a basket just moments ago.
I don't think there's anything Leonard can't do on the basketball court. He can score inside, the mid-range, long range. He'll hurt you from absolutely anywhere.
Now, here is James. He's got 14. Matthews' shot is good.
They hit a low percentage of their shots in the first quarter. They just came out flat. But give them credit. They've ramped it up, and they're winning this game.
Here's Williams. Pass to Leonard. Clock at 6. Into the lane. James with the rebound. James has got 4 rebounds now. Corner shot. It's rebounded by Ibaka.
A wasted trip down the floor. That's not a good shot at all.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot. What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Back to James. That one falls. 8 of 10 and scoring with confidence.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Pass to Leonard. Over James. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Lakers in the lead. With the fadeaway. Unable to get that one. And the Clippers will come the other way. Now Williams. Leonard outside.
We all know he's a good shooter, but from that distance, I don't think so.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
James. That one goes, and that's his 9th made shot in 12 attempts.
This is where the defense says, uh-oh, because LeBron James is cooking.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Ibaka finds George. It's stolen by Kuzma. James with the ball, and it's Leonard picking him up. James against Leonard. Pass to Matthews. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. George outside. They need this. Knocks down the triple. George has got 8 points.
Consistent shooter from outside the arc. Paul George is terrific at finding space when he needs to get a shot off.
Kuzma outside. Here's an 8-footer. James can't get it to go.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Here's Leonard over James. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on LeBron James. Boy, Doris, the calm demeanor of Kawhi Leonard. It's paying dividends in the big moments.
He's unafraid when the game's on the line. He'll be aggressive. He doesn't shy away from responsibility. One coach said his meter doesn't run too hot or too cold.
No good on that one.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Paul George. Good on the second one.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Here's Caruso. Down low. Here's James. Inside. Here's... Oh, my goodness! Cocked it back and fired it home!
How about that? LeBron James always looking for his guys. The court vision, unreal.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one misses. The Clippers trail. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Leonard. On the take. And that one good. Leonard's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, this guy is such a physical presence. Kawhi, phenomenal at finishing on the post, possesses great touch and great length.
Now, here is James. Fires the three. Can't hit that one. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Lakers ahead, leading by 5. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.